Hi everybody, and welcome to another Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire Wi-Fi battle. Today I have a battle against Pierce, and he's got a pretty awesome team, as you can see there. Very powerful and very bulky as well, so it's going to be another good battle, and we are going to get right into it. So, I led with Gyarados, and he led with Garchomp. So I'm going to get the Intimidate right away to lower his attack. Then he's actually going to outspeed me and go for the Stealth Rock to set up the entry hazard early. I, on the other hand, am going to go for the Dragon Dance to get my +1 attack and speed. So this turn I outspeed him, and I went for the Waterfall just in case he switched to do damage, and that took him down by about 2/3. But then I'm going to take some damage from the Rough Skin and the Rocky Helmet. So he actually goes for the Outrage, and he actually gets the crit and takes my Gyarados out in one shot, and that's going to give him an early lead at 6-5. So then I'm going to come in with Sylveon and take some damage from the rocks, knowing he's locked into Outrage, and that's not going to do anything to me. So then that move is going to confuse him as well. So I go for the Moonblast just to try and finish him off. And that is going to take his Garchomp out and tie the battle up at 5-5. So then he's going to come in with Metagross, and that's going to force me to switch, predicting a Steel move. So I'm going to come in with Donphan to try and absorb that and take some damage from the rocks. So he goes for the Mega Evolution into Mega Metagross. And he went for the Meteor Mash. So he's going to take me down by about half with that, and then take some damage from my Rocky Helmet. So then he's going to switch out, not exactly sure why. Maybe he didn't want to take any more damage from the helmet, but he comes in with Conkeldurr, and I went for the Earthquake to do as much damage as possible, which is going to take him down by about 2/3. So he's going to go for the Drain Punch then, which is going to drop me to 40 health, and he's going to regain some health from that, but then lose it right away back from the Rocky Helmet. So I just went for the Earthquake again to try and finish him off. And it does take his Conkeldurr out and give me the lead at 5-4. So then he's going to come in with Gastrodon. And I'm going to switch out here just because I'm predicting the Water move. I want to come in with Heliolisk, and I take some damage from the rocks. But he does go for the Scald, so because of the dry skin, that's actually going to restore me to full health, which is what I was hoping for. So I go for the Focus Blast this time, and I actually miss, but then he goes for the Toxic and misses also. So this turn I'm going to go for the Dragon Pulse just because I want to get some guaranteed damage, and that only does 1/4, so not much. But he goes for the Toxic again and misses again, actually. And then he's going to regain some health with his leftovers. So this turn I go for the Focus Blast again to chance it, and it does hit, dropping him to 1/4. So he actually goes for the Toxic for a 3rd time and misses a 3rd time, which is amazing to me. And then he's going to regain some health from the leftovers. So I guess he's had enough of this, so he's going to switch out and come in with his Arcanine. And he's going to get the Intimidate to lower my attack. And I went for the Dragon Pulse again for guaranteed damage. So that's going to take him down by about 1/3. And then this turn I outsped him and went for the Thunderbolt to do max damage. And that is going to be enough to take his Arcanine out and give me an even bigger lead at 5-3. So then he's going to come in with his Sylveon. And that's going to force me to switch. Since it's very bulky on the special side, not much I can do. So I come in with Heatran and get damaged by the rocks. So he goes for the Hyper Voice, and that's not going to do hardly anything to me, as you can see. And then I am going to regain some health with my leftovers. So I went for the flamethrower here, predicting a switch actually, but he stayed in. Still did about a third though, so not bad. And he goes for the wish actually. So he's trying to heal somebody on his team, but I'm going to heal myself a little with my leftovers. So I'm going to switch out here, predicting either a switch or a protect, one way or another. So I'm going to come in with Sylveon and get damaged by the rocks. So he's going to switch out then and come back in with his Gastrodon. And the wish is going to heal his Gastrodon almost back to full. And then he's going to regain even more health with his leftovers. So I went for the Moonblast then this turn, just trying to do as much damage as possible to this thing. Takes him down by about half, and I get the special attack decrease, which was good. So he goes for the Toxic again this turn, and he finally does hit me with it. So fourth time's a charm, I guess. And he badly poisons my Sylveon. So he's going to regain some health from his leftovers, and I'm going to take some damage from the poison. So I stayed in and went for the Moonblast again just to try and take him out. And he gets dropped into the red, but just barely survives. And I get another special attack decrease. But he's just going to go for the Recover to put himself back up to about 2/3. And then gain some more health with his leftovers again. And I'm going to take some more damage from the poison again. So this turn I went for the Shadow Ball, predicting a switch actually, but he did stay in, and that dropped him to about 1/3. But then he's going to go for the Recover again and put himself back up to almost full again, which is very annoying. And then he gains even more health from the leftovers, and I'm going to take even more damage from the poison. So I go for the Moonblast again here. I'm just trying to wear him down before the poison takes me out. I actually get a 3rd special attack decrease off the Moonblast, which was crazy. So he goes for the Ice Beam, and because of all those special attack decreases, that did nothing to me, as you can see. So he is going to gain some more health back from the leftovers, and I'm going to take some more damage from the poison. So this turn he switches out finally, and comes back in with his Metagross. But I did predict that, which is why I went for the Shadow Ball this turn. And that dropped him down to about 1/3, so that was pretty good. And I got the special defense decrease as well, so that was good. But then this turn the poison is finally going to finish my Sylveon off, and now I'm only leading 4-3. So then I'm going to come in with Gallade and get damaged by the rocks. So I'm going to go for the Mega Evolution into Mega Gallade. And I go for the Shadow Sneak, hoping to finish him off with that. It drops him into the red and just barely doesn't finish him off, though. So he hits me with the Zen Headbutt, and that's going to drop me to 51 health, but I do survive. And I'm just going to go for another Shadow Sneak to finish his Metagross off and take my big lead back at 4-2. So then he's going to come back in with Sylveon. And I'm actually going to switch out here because I don't think I can finish this thing off in one shot, and I don't want to risk it. So I'm going to come back in with Heatran, knowing there's not much he can do to me, and I'm going to get damaged by the rocks. But he actually goes for the Wish to try and heal somebody on his team again. So I'm going to regain some health with my leftovers, though, as well. So he goes for the Switch Out then, and he's going to come back in with his Gastrodon to try and heal it with the Wish again. And I predicted that switch, though, so I went for the Earth Power, hoping to finish this thing off. And I drop him into the red, but he does survive, unfortunately. And then the Wish is going to heal him almost back to full health again. And then his leftovers is going to heal him even more. So I'm going to switch out then. And I'm going to come back in with Donphan, basically as fodder, because I don't know what he's planning. So I'm going to take some damage from the rocks. And he actually goes for the Toxic, which was a little surprising, but he hits me and poisons my Donphan with that. So he's going to gain some more health with his leftovers then. And I'm going to take some damage from the poison. So I actually outspeed him, and I went for the Earthquake just to do as much damage as possible before I get taken out. So that did a good amount, dropped him to about a quarter, but he survives and hits me with the Ice Beam, and that is going to finish my Donphan off, and now I am only leading 3-2. So he's going to gain some health back with his leftovers again, and I'm going to come back in with Gallade and take some damage from the rocks. And he's actually going to switch out here and come back in with Sylveon, which was a little unexpected. Not sure why he did that. I guess he just really wanted to try and save the Gastrodon. But I go for the close combat, and that is going to drop his Sylveon into the red, but he does survive, and I am going to get my defenses cut. So, but this turn I do outspeed him, and I'm just going to go for the Ice Punch to finish his Sylveon off and take a big lead at 3-1. So he's going to come back in with his Gastrodon, and I'm just going to go for the close combat again, which is going to finally finish it off, and that is good game, Pierce. So, great battle. Thanks for watching again, everybody. As always, feel free to like and or comment, as well as subscribe to my channel. And this is actually going to be my last video with this team today. So I believe I'm going to do the same thing I've been doing, which is make my next video a strategy guide on this team. So be sure to stay tuned for that. So that's it, and we will see you next time.